Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. In preparation for what the scriptures call Armageddon, all right, the Valley of the Troops, all right, World War III, all right, over in the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Jehoshaphat, all right, when you get the book of Joel, which we'll get, all right, if it's the Lord's will, all right, there's a series of things that will take place that we should be watching out for that are actually happening, okay, and one of those things are what? The drying up of the Euphrates River, all right, which can be found in the scriptures, all right, showing you that the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, is faithful and true, all right, as it is written, all right, even Yahweh Shai, what did he say? Right, because these words are faithful and true, all right. Habakkuk said at the end, all of these visions would speak, all right. So without further ado, I'm going to play this video. I have a few videos that I want to play, or that I'm going to just, try out, because what I did, I just typed in, Euphrates River drying up, okay, and, people are asking why. Well, biblical prophecy is why, all right, because the Lord is getting ready to put an end to this beast system, all right. And this is how you know we're at the end. I mean, the charagma is pretty much here. We can see we're one false flag away from that, being a reality of being forced. Okay. You got the uproars of the people. All right. The Israelites, the remnant, which is all we care about. They're awakening, all right, at a rapid rate. Okay. There's so much happening that's letting us know we're right there, all right? Redemption draweth nigh. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Syria's longest river has receded, parching trees and leaving families of local farmers without water to drink. Aid groups and engineers have warned of a looming humanitarian disaster in northeast Syria. Plummeting water levels at hydroelectric dams have led to power cuts for up to 5 million Syrians since January. This comes in the middle of a pandemic and economic crisis. The Euphrates runs for almost 2,800 kilometers across Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. It irrigates swathes of land in Syria and runs through 3 hydroelectric dams that provide power and drinking water to millions.
What did he say? It's happening during a pandemic and hard times already. All right.
However, over the past 8 months, the river has contracted and increasing the risk of dam turbines grinding to a halt. Experts say that there is an alarming drop in water levels, which has not been witnessed since the dam's completion in 1999. Since January, the water level has plummeted by 5 meters. It hovers just dozens of centimeters above the so-called dead level. Experts say that power generation has already fallen by 70% since last year across northeast Syria. 2 out of 3 of all portable water stations along the river are pumping less water or have stopped working. Almost 90% of the Euphrates flow comes from Turkey. Syria's Kurds have accused Ankara of holding back more water than necessary in its dams. In June, Damascus urged Turkey to increase the flow immediately. Fresh water supply from the station on another river has been disrupted at least 24 times since 2019. This has affected 400,000, 60,000 people. A UN climate change report released this month found human influence had almost definitely increased the frequency of simultaneous heat waves and droughts worldwide, according to the 2019 Global Crisis Risk.
Right, because in some cases, you have particular wells purposely being dried out for the purpose of military All right. Troops being able to cross over. Okay. You have it naturally happening as well, being dried out. All right. But overall, it's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that is having this happen. And we'll go to it in prophecy. See if we can find another decent one. Now, this one was cool as well. Let me play it. But he's speaking on the possibility of there being, some gold associated with it being dried up. But I don't know too much about that. We'll listen to a little bit of it.
There is a river called the Euphrates River in Jordan. Rasul ﷺ tells us, you'll find this hadith in Sahih Muslim, by the way, that the Euphrates River will be channeled into a different direction. So where there was water will come dry. There won't be water flowing through there. And as a result, a mountain of gold will be revealed. Rasul ﷺ mentioned gold, literally, ذهب, جبل من ذهب. So lots of gold will be revealed. الناس تقتتل عليه. People of the world will fight each other over this. They'll go into battles over this gold. He said, don't come near the gold, to his ummah, to us. Don't go near it.
Now, I don't know how true that is, but that could be a truth that leads to more war. All right. But what you see is that it's, the Euphrates is really drying up. Let's try this one out.
You may have thought with all the news about it that the U.S. or the Western U.S. was the only place experiencing an extreme drought. However, you would be wrong. Hello and welcome back to the podcast once again, everybody. This time, still speaking about drought, but in a different location of the world.
Now you see here, this is one of the end time prophecies from the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran, is a off copy of the scriptures, man. Okay, it's madness. Okay, it's the lesser. The Holy Scriptures prophesied of these things before Muhammad was even on the scene. All right, but that's a whole nother argument for a whole nother time. Okay.
Over in the Middle East, and at the moment, those are the exact conditions that the Mesopotamian region of the Middle East is in, with the two big primary water sources, the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, being between 50 and 70%
see that?
Below their normal levels. Obviously, the reduced level is different based on where along the point of the river.
All right, so let's go to the scriptures. All right, we're going to start here. All right. Which is going through a series of plagues, that will be put into the earth, all right, in no particular order. All right, but we're going to just jump to the point here in Revelation 16 and 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, all right, showing you that the angels, all right, have everything to do with what's taking place on the earth, whether it be the mind of the king and what the people, the rulers and the leaders are doing. Okay, he's putting the spirit on various different nations to join forces for the purpose of war and coming against Babylon. Okay, he's putting the evil thought in the mind of Gog and Magog. There's all sorts of things going on. All right, but remember the angels, even us. All right, even us, even this message being preached. It's being preached ultimately. The angels are dictating it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that's in Revelation, the 14th chapter. Okay, this message being preached is coming directly from the heavens, man. All right, so there's particular angels with particular duties, because there is order in the heavens. And here's one. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up. All right, let's look up this word dried up. All right, just to see what John the Revelator saw. All right. Dried up, the Greek word.
Strong's G 3583, xerino.
There you go. To make dry, dry up, wither, to become dry, to be dry, to be withered. And that's what's happening, to waste away. It's pining away. It's withering. Okay. So it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. All right. And who's the kings of the east? Ultimately, Gog and Magog. All right. Because they're going to be bringing military troops. All right. In very strategic places. All right. Now, know that Russia pretty much is a guard over Syria. And when you go in prophecy, it's going to be Russia. All right. Whose influence is going to be key. Okay. In World War III being started, all right, and these nations having an evil eye towards Babylon the Great. Now, if you look in recent news, all right, Putin, all right, was pissed off, all right, at the presence of Turkish and foreign troops in Syria, okay, because that's supposed to be their little setup, all right. That's why, there was friction between Russia and Babylon the Great over the madness they were doing over in Syria, all right, and still are doing, all right, but that's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother time, okay? So, reading this again, all right, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, as we're seeing, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, and that's an ancient custom, okay, of preparing a way for a king, all right? So systematically, some of the water is being dried up for the purpose of military, all right, positioning, all right? But the Heavenly Father is drying it up as well in spirit, all right? Even if it is being done by men, it's the Lord putting the spirit on them to do that. Why? Because there's angels over in that area, okay? When you get the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, okay. Revelation 9:13, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Okay, so there's heavy, okay, angelic activity going on over there.